Well, good evening, everyone, and welcome to SGL Z1 Randomizer Tournament. We have the last match of the ring group here between jessandy and Equations. I'm JP. I'm joined by Mako. How you doing?
Hey JP, how are you? You already got me with the first snipe, as you welcomed everybody just a split second before me. I was one pixel behind. Well, I'll tell you what, JP, I'm looking forward to this. I know when these groups came out, I looked at this ring group and said, you know what, anybody can beat anybody. And it's going to come right down to the wire tonight with these two. It does have implications on who advances, and this is the final race of the ring group.
So, give the quick version here. We've got Jess and Equations playing. If Jess wins, Stan will win the group, and Jess will finish second. Equations wins the group. Stan finishes second. Obviously, whoever is first, guaranteed in. Whoever's second, though, is very likely in. After we have to just fully confirm that, but it's looking pretty strong for them.
Yep, and we'll have a quiz on that later in this race to see who caught all that. But all kidding aside, we will update those of you that joined maybe later and didn't get all of that. So we are off SGL Flags 2024, starting on the home wood sword screen. But as you can see, the runners do not actually get the wood sword in that cave. That'll be one of the things that they are going to be looking for to start. Both runners heading the same direction here. This is a path I've been employing in these seeds. JP, what are your thoughts on which way to go at the beginning of the race?
I like going this way just because you've got open caves, try to find your sword. You've got the Death Armos that you might get a free item out of. There is a take any. Oh, Jess is going to take the heart. We did see the candle. That was pretty cheap. Equations is going to take the candle, and we already know who CJ's favorite in this race is.
Absolutely. Gotta have heart. Speaking of which, CJ is behind the controls tonight, handling the tracking. So he will keep JP and I, and of course, all of you on point. Equations gets that usually very important first bomb drop with the global using that blue candle as both come up here to the vanilla blue ring shop, which also is referred to as Death Armos.
Jess going to gamble.
And gets a plus 26. That's a good
Actually,
return.
I like this because she knows where a candle shop is, and it's not that expensive. She just needs a couple wins. And there's a candle. She can buy it, and she's got an extra heart.
Oh, and Team Middle does not pay off on the second try, but she's going to go ahead and go back in. She's 37 rupees, not too far away. As Equation starts to make their way to the left here from start, using the bomb as Jess loses 3 more rupees. Going back in, double or nothing. Oof.
There's a big win there. There's a plus 70 you can get.
That's what Jess has her eyes on, I am sure. Oh. Okay, Equation setting up the screen scrolls here. Any vanilla runners know this one all too well. It's the beginning of the 3 first route. Jess with a minus 36 in Equations finds, I believe that was level 3. Oh, level 2, sorry. It looks like they're going to poke around a little bit. The house continues to win.
Yeah, just got that first win, but not getting the second.
You know, the anger and laughter is probably a mixture right now. We've all had this feeling multiple times. As she gets to plus 26 and will likely be heading over to purchase that candle.
Yeah, chat mentioning like a lot of gambling games at the start. I don't remember exactly how many gambling games there are in Second Quest, but there's enough that it's not an uncommon thing to see there.
Right, Equation. So they're literally all tied up right now in terms of hearts, blue candle. The only difference is Equation's got the 4 bombs, and we'll see if Jess is lucky enough as well. Maybe she picks the same Octorok for the bomb drop. Again, not much divergence right now, other than Jess will have that extra take any heart out there when she gets down into the southwest of the Dead Woods. Equations finds level 9, so 2 dungeons so far, 2 and 9. Equations look like they were candle boost around that truck and just YOLO'd it by. Pick up that $5, of course, and get some more money. Jess pokes around in level 2, and this will be a short dig as well. Nobody wants to see a key door, a shutter, and 3 blue gorillas without a sword.
Yeah, you're gonna need something before you go back there.
Equations making their way up through the grave. So getting back to these flags, as you see, they're able to find the any roads at second quest. Take any. So it's second quest overworld. No mixture, no, it could be this, could be that. It's pure second quest. As Equations finds their sword up in the northeast casino corner. We'll see if they elect to stay up in this area given the Armos checks that are right around the corner.
Yeah, I'd like to. Yeah, I'd like to use generally stay in this area if you're near the Armos. Get those other 3 checks in as quick as you can.
I agree completely. You've got the sword. You've got a lot of open caves. They missed the. I didn't see him hit. I didn't see Equations do the letter cave, but I might have missed it. Confirms that it's not the... Oh, you know what? Maybe because they came down from up above there. I don't know, but I didn't see him go up and check the letter. Jess heads over that way too. We'll see. I suspect she will stick around in that corner as well and get those open cave. Oh, she does not. Maybe she is just checking to see where the 4th one goes and we'll head back to the northeast. No, she's going to continue her route through the grave. This does not get her close to the sword, and it's really going to depend on when she chooses to either up A or work her way east, because she's going to be about as far away from that sword as you can be, as Equations finds level 1.
And it looks like, looked like a 22 on the door repair. Meanwhile, we've confirmed now that the item's going to be at Grave Armos. Jess is going to see it in just a minute.
And it's the bow at the Grave Armos. Good pickup early on. Probably try to prioritize. Most runners do look for those wood arrows in case you stumble into the silvers. Jess finds level 5 right now without a sword, going to up A and restart. The only thing I have found, JP, with these seeds, or with these flags, is an early bow, which, look, it's one of the most important items. You get it off the checklist. However, money is so tight. So even if you buy the wood arrows, finding a lot of times, you just don't have the money to spend to fire those the rupees to spend to fire those arrows.
Yeah, it's definitely a balancing act in these seeds. Trying to save your money and buy what you need as Equations takes a death there.
Yeah, and the bomb Kanana, I'm a big fan of. It gives you that little extra time in case you're a pixel off on the door. Unfortunately, tried to bomb when the Gibdo was just about in full hug mode. Just working her way over to the eastern part of the western part of the forest, eastern Hyrule. Burning bushes, so again, depend here. If she finds bombs, she may go down and check the southern coast. Otherwise, probably going to head over into the forest, and I imagine will then work her way up to those open caves where she'll find her sword. His Equations is on the second attempt. Would have been nice with that clock if you could have grabbed that when the Gibdo was in the spot for the Kanana. No worries, and picks up some jewelry after the Kanana. Excellent effort. And the one thing I did notice there, 2 Equations that you don't always see runners do. I know I don't always remember. They skip that first key. And level 1 is notorious for having a lot of key blocks. And you see right now, not only are they going to be able to leave with that key potentially, but they're going to set up for another Kanana here. So it's a good effort. You pick up that key, you burn that key. Now you're a little further behind.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, it's going to be able to save a key here. And don't know if you're going to... Yeah, you're not...
Pick that one up.
More out of the way.
Yeah, you're not going to want to go through there. Absolutely. Yeah, what are we saying that this... I'm not real big on the whole ink blots, but this kind of looks... I don't know. I've gone back and forth a couple of times. Maybe a squid, maybe a balloon. But it kind of got that nose sticking out there, so...
Yeah, it does.
And finds the heart container on the floor. This is not a fun room, but with red ring should not cause any problems. Anytime you got the quad shooters and this many Gibdos on wood sword, it can be a bit rough. And we see the book on the coast.
That is potentially worth going back to grab once you've got that ladder.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Money's usually tight in these seeds. You may not have a bomb upgrade. You might be short on bombs. You get to that level 9, you don't know where you're going. That book can really, really shorten it. And it also, as well, can help you preserve your keys.
All right, got a key in the floor. No push block, though.
No, and to any runners out there that aren't familiar, or any of you not familiar with these flags, the other thing that is on is remove most open stairs. So normally if you see an item on the floor, you will not be able to push the block. But with remove open stairs, it is a possibility, however, not in that particular room. That will only come up in a single block, a double block, or a reverse B.
Equations looking for this Triforce and looking for the item.
Oh, and Jess, hopefully she did not get that red ring. I think she could get that. Oh, let's see. No, there were Gibdos you had to get. Well, she could have picked up that key and gone up and not had to fight the Gibdos, and she could have got that free red ring there. The good news for her is she's going to be back there very shortly. I suppose maybe as soon as she gets that sword.
And Equations leaving level 1, not finding the stair item. I think it was behind that last key door, but Equations decides not to open it.
Yeah, that's an interesting call with a dungeon that small, but we'll see how this plays out. I didn't see anything potentially blocking him other than that key door. And Jess with her sword now. And we'll see when she makes her way back to level 1, trying to get that first bomb, and she does get her bomb. Basically 2 paths here. You know where level 1 is, and you know there's 2 items in there. Or, she does have the resources now to maybe take a run over at the waterfall. Some people you see do that have not necessarily been doing that as frequently in these seeds because you've got those 2 ladder checks. And sometimes you get over there, it's an up A, fine. But if you got that ladder, you can weave in those extra 2 checks along the way after you hit the waterfall. And no, she is going down and in the direction of... Yeah, she'll hit this bomb wall, and we'll see if she heads down to level 1 as Equations finds that 4th any road. And see, it may take the first one and continue their original path. That is what they're doing, so we know they'll get that bow here shortly. 74 rupees. We did see an arrow shop east of Monocle Rock. Not exactly where Equations is going to be. I don't know that... I don't remember the price as well.
Yeah, I think the arrow was like 97, I think.
The Equations, it's getting bombs here. Sometimes your bomb count will dictate where you go as you make this loop. You continue up through Death Mountain, get all those checks. With 7 bombs, I'm gonna... Well, I've done it with 2 bombs before, but I think with 7 bombs, it's kind of telling you that he may go ahead and do that. As Jeff does find a bomb shop, and it is 30 rupees. Not a good price for bombs in Q2 Overworld.
Yeah, that's rough.
37 for a mid is good. But we always, just about, the last race I called, both runners were able to get the blue rig. So you can't say it's always going to be horrible with money. But typically you'll see somebody at 140, they had 3 door repairs and buy a potion, they're down to 5 rupees. So
yeah, it can happen really quick. Ooh.
And there is a Goma, and that room can drop, and finds the boomerang, and elects to pick it up. Early game, I support this. It can add value. End of game, typically, I think of Minecraft where you can unload your items. It'd be nice if you could just dispose of it. I've boomeranged many a bomb walls trying to get to that bomb in inventory.
Yeah, just takes a death there. Early on, it's definitely great to pick up. You can kill 0 HP enemies. You can do some stunning. Might help you with like bomb forces or Kanana keys, but late game, it does just kind of tend to be a hindrance in your menuing.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a tool. It does add value. How much value? You'll see. Typically, you get a red candle or a wand, and you don't see that boomerang come out anymore. Jess is in level 2. Equations finds a mugger.
I am
and able to get around it so far.
Those ball masters rolled up.
This finds a potential item room with a Chevy room in level 2. And we do have a segmented level 2. Equations finds the Triforce is 1 room above them. Gonna head right toward it. And on the board with our first Triforce of the evening is Equations.
Wow. Just finds out buyers do not die to a bomb.
And so Jess does have the advantage now with that white sword HP offense in the form of the arrows, but again, it's going to eat up your rupees and not effective on all enemies. Oh, and we've got the triple. This is another one of those rooms too. See if Equations did pick up that boomerang. I'm electing not to use it yet, but just to get those Lionels stacked up perhaps. Maybe while you're trying to get your sword back. Can come into play, can add some use, or group them up and bomb them as well. And just finds another heart container here. Was that the second one she got in level 2? I'm not sure. Only 17 minutes in, and I'm forgetting what happened on each screen.
Yeah, the heart is always a tough one because it's you're only expecting to see one, and when you see it, you're like, oh, that's the normal floor heart. All right, Jess is in the third segment.
And gets that ladder. So, ladder always huge. Knowing that book's sitting over there on the coast. And gonna up A out of that maze room, which won't drop in level 2.
Yeah, that's a big find. I usually, in a lot of these races, I find whoever gets that ladder first tends to have a huge advantage.
Yeah, absolutely. And debating whether, I don't know that she has a sword.
She took a red bubble bop in the ladder room.
So just gonna go past here now. 19 rupees, probably not going to get all of those. Likes down as equations finds the item in level 4, which is the raft. Only one item in here because we do not have Art Shuffle on. And good news for Jess, it is not that like room, but it does go ahead and up a likely return when she has a sword. Equations heading into the Triforce room here. Gels did roll up.
A lot of things have rolled up in this seed so far.
And equations with Triforce 4. And, you know, I do believe they did get their Triforce in level 1.
Yeah, they did, because it was right above the one room we suspect had the stair item.
Yes. So Jess finds level 6. Almost matches her tunic.
Interestingly, the gels rolled up, but the Zols rolled down.
Yeah, I'll take that. The splitting Zols is just not fun. Jess gets an early Triforce in level 6. Has the ladder, has the bow. Let's see. Is she going to go back in or maybe wait and pick up that book so you know what you're dealing with in a level 6? And yeah, absolutely. She is bailing on level 6. This makes a lot of sense. You don't know how big that dungeon is. And you've got some items. You've got a tryout of what is typically a large dungeon. And it likes to continue, and I like the play.
Yeah, I definitely agree there. Fast Triforce 6, leave, come back. It's near start too.
Yep, and they just high-fived on the bridge over to Vanilla 1. Equations is heading toward where those arrows are. Actually, no, now electing to go down into Candle Row. Going to find level 6 here. I was going to say, they don't have the funds yet to pick up those wood arrows.
Just
It's just going back into 5. And Equations elects to go. Oh, this is a push block. We know this because of the key in the corner. Let's see what we have. And it's the any key that was one room past the Triforce. So we'll see. Just sitting at one key right now, and likely not a dungeon. You're going to work back in early. So that's I thought Jess had a really good 6. I didn't know that Equation could one-up her like that with that any key. We'll see how much that comes into play.
Equation's building a Triforce lead. Just still has the advantage of that ladder. But it's probably not going to last too long because when Equations gets to 2, most likely going to dig the whole thing.
Yeah, 100%. And, you know, they've got their red ring right now. They're going to be able to motor through these. Yeah, and good point in chat. Jess has not gone back to level 1. I think it's mainly just because of the routing that she's on right now. Now, we do know that this Goma could be a staircase here, but it's not going to be the item because Equations was able to get the item out of here, and he did not have the arrows.
Just has seen the boomerang. So I'm pretty sure she knew that was a transport. Oh, no, wait, it looks like we've seen our big secret at 62.
That does give Equations enough money to pick up those arrows. and taking the transport up to the northeast. And yeah, looks like they will be picking those up here shortly.
Oh, just gets that mugger room up in A's. That, from what we know, you got to go through that mugger room to get to the Triforce. But you don't have to actually pay them. Just have to go through it.
And Equation's going to go ahead and knock out that raft check here as well.
Gonna grab the book first, then check the spot.
Doesn't have the... He didn't see the item yet. Yeah, I was going to say, he doesn't have the ladder.
Okay, just checking the spot then.
Yep.
Oh yeah, it looks like that path to the Triforce is pretty well forced. You got to go through the mugger room. And this ladder is actually maybe working against Jess right now because she is going to clear more of this 5 because of that ladder.
Yeah, and she had 4 bombs and elected to not try to bomb past that mugger room. She didn't have the map. Gets the heart container off the floor. Equations goes back and gets their wood arrows. But yeah, that's a good point. Having that ladder, you're where Equations, with that Chevy room would turned around, and here we go again, where Jess is able to just cruise across. Now she does get a key out of the deal as she heads down into the hind leg of the dinosaur, or the camel, I guess, maybe.
We might see dinosaur a little more.
Looks like Equations is going to go down. Oh, that's right. They didn't check that spot. They just dipped down to see the coast item. Now he's going to go ahead and do the southern coast. I think Jess is coming to the realization now. She's got 2 rooms, I believe, left, and then she's going to have to try to bomb past that mugger.
Yeah, based on that map, it wouldn't surprise me if the compass, looks like the compass is probably past the Triforce room.
Yeah. Equations finds the $30 rupee bombs.
No, it's alright. The compass was this room. So Equations got it, and it was one room past it.
Stay away, Jess.
Oh!
Yeah, I was going to say it earlier, and I didn't want to jinx her, but anytime there's a bomb wall like that, I want to try and work up off of a solid wall. I don't know why. I get a little nervous with the bomb wall. And yeah, it's just... You had the clock there, you had to get out of the way, but she's not too far back away. She'll finish that off here shortly.
Yeah, she's
I like
going
to use the arrows.
Yeah. I think these are dying these have 4 HP, and the disadvantage, as you just saw there, is that you can't kill them fast enough to get them down before they reach you.
Right, on that side, yeah. And she goes, picks up the Triforce. Equations in level 2. Going to get that ladder here. Should get that ladder here shortly. It's not the boomerang. I always like that on the blue Koreas. Give them some of their own weaponry back at them.
Just going to continue checking the overworld. Looks like she might be thinking West Death Mountain, which could have a level or two.
I believe we're down to 3, 7, and 8.
That's what our tracker Chester thinks. I am a little surprised Jess hasn't gone back to 1. I mean, we obviously know the red ring's there. I just don't like leaving 1 too long if I know where it is, because it's got 2 items. Your opponent's most likely going to dig it. You just don't want to leave that sitting too long.
Yeah, I completely agree. There have been enough races that I know I've run, and you look and see the timer at 55 minutes, 45, 50 minutes, and you're like, oh shoot, I need to get back to 1. And those are races you typically don't see yourself on the podium. But again, it's the red ring. It's a really, really nice quality of life item, but not necessary to beat the game. And Jess is one heck of a runner. But it does speed you up. And we're seeing that a bit with equations racking up those Triforces.
Now, on the other side, too, as you do have to find these dungeons. So, at some time, you are going to have to do this digging. So, it does make sense that we just follow the path they're on.
Yeah, it's also going to get to the point where she will likely know sooner whether or not there are overworld blocks, because she's going to have most of the overworld done and be able to say, yes, I'm digging out this 7 because I need a recorder, or I'm digging out this 8 because I know I need the power bracelet. Because again, you still have 3 dungeons left over. So that's the flip side to it. But then the other side to that is you find a level 8 up here, or a 7 that maybe just has the blue boomerang, and you sink 8 to 10 minutes into it. So we'll see again how this plays out. But thus far, not finding any of those large dungeons that you can get sucked into early, with one sitting over there with some jewelry, and still one more item that we don't know.
Jess has picked up that power bracelet off of West Death Mountain. That we don't know if it's needed yet. But it does open some extra overworld checks, as Jess is trying to get back to one of them right now.
Equations is going to go ahead and clear this like room. And we'll find the compass in the next room and realize they have to go into that, the larger of the other segments.
Yep.
And Jess, it makes perfect sense. You get that overworld block item, you start getting some of these PP spots. 1, you're not that far away, and 2, those are the types of advantages you can build on your opponent, because you've got that expanded access of the overworld that your opponent does not. Get those knocked out, maybe you stumble into a dungeon or 2. It can get that much further ahead. Maybe you pull silvers or a recorder. And Equations does go ahead and get that second level 2 Triforce, building their total up to 5 Triforces thus far. And the 3 that they need are the 3 dungeons that we have not found.
Yeah, just gonna try to pick up some bombs, continue these power bracelet checks.
And we'll see if Equations elects to world wrap here to pick up that book.
And we do get confirmation. Power bracelet required. There's level 8 in the woods.
And does Jess dive into 8, or does she maybe knock out level 1 first? And good call by Equations, so go ahead and get that book. No, Jess elects not to go into level 8. Working her way in the direction, I believe, of level 1. It looks like Equations, this is level 1 over here, I believe, is going to go ahead and be in there as well and try to pull out that second item. With the any key, no blocks. Unless it's a dig dog or block and it's push block.
Looks like there might have been another one we didn't see. Ah, that would be why we didn't see it.
You know, I don't remember seeing this room. We might have been watching Jess gamble at the time, I'm not sure, but... Smart move there again. Whittle down that enemy set if you can. Maybe you knock out the blue whiz robe. If not, you've got a lot of hearts with that red ring, so you can handle sorting them down.
Oh. This could be the item. It is.
Oh, and it's Jess's item. Okay, so it was the key room.
Yeah, Equations cleared out that one room, now realized it, heading down there. You saw Jess do a little dance when she saw the recorder.
Yeah, she's happy about that. I don't think she's going to be happy when she sees that red ring one room above. And good job by Equations. My man. Burning the tutor. Yeah, that red ring is one room above this Gipto room. You'll get the map out of here, I believe. So just with that additional knowledge right now, and with that power bracelet, Equation still has West Death Mountain to do. Unless they should stumble across 3 and 7 with recorder checks, but they'll still need to get up there anyway and get that power bracelet for level 8. And Jess is out with her tutor and her red ring.
So yeah, these runners, in terms of items, I mean, Equations has the raft and any key advantage. Jess has the power bracelet advantage.
Yeah, and I don't recall seeing Equations do level vanilla 4's raft check.
I don't think he has yet.
Yeah, I know he did the post. Probably going to knock out these recorder spots in the desert next. So the thing with the knowledge right now that you'd look at is Jess already has level 8, has that power bracelet knowledge, and the raft, while Equations has it, Jess is going to get that, I would say, soon. I don't see her not getting back into 4. That is going to be a dungeon you're going to clear before level 6, for instance. So I don't think that having the raft, and we only know one of the raft checks now, but is going to lead to much of an advantage for Equations. He really needs to get that power bracelet.
See, Chad is saying that Equations did check both. So
Okay.
But Equations is found level 3. So this is also just having that power bracelet really could start to come into play if Equation starts digging levels trying to find it. But at the same time, we're still looking for silvers, so that might not make much of a difference.
Yeah, and you're gonna dig a level 3, right? It would really come up now as if he finds 7. There's the Triforce already. We may have the item here.
Jess is gonna dig 8.
Yep, I agree with this. You got to get it out of the way at some point. You're about 40 minutes in. And again, this is that one of those overworld block items that you have. You may not think your opponent has it and should be right. So get this knocked out. You got 2 items in here.
Lost your sword. Hopefully you can find a blue bubble room. This is where losing that sword hurts. She's gonna have to use rupees to fight until she can find a blue bubble.
And they don't ever seem to be in convenient location. Trying to get around these ropes.
She's trying to take him out.
Now they do drop money. She's about -9 after that room. I think she was around 54 going in. Get some bombs, which are nice.
This is the first item.
Yep, and this room can drop as well in level 8. So gonna go ahead and use her tutor.
You know, just plus the rare spiral push block.
Yes. Missmarked Zelda with one of those many a times. And this will be the item here on Equation's side. What are we going to get? Yeah, those are important.
Yeah, that would be important. So, Equations, at this point, just needs that power bracelet.
Yeah, and the good news for Equations is he's not going to have to dig out any items in level 8. The only way you're getting into 8 is you're getting that power bracelet beforehand. So really, the only thing really will slow him down is, and I think 7 is blocked, is should he find 7 and choose to dig that out. And I don't think you do that when you've got all of Death Mountain left to clear.
First
one
item.
of the items. Yep, we've got the Ferk Boomerang.
Oh, Mugger potentially guarding the last few rooms in the upper right-hand corner. Actually, you might be able to get around it. See.
Yeah, if not, she's giving up that heart with Red Ring. But don't do it until you know you have to do it. And Equations picks up a potion. Very handy.
So that's 2 heart. That's 2 take any hearts that Equations has given up.
Okay, so we know Equations at this point, directionally and what they have left to clear should be, yeah, they're going to be heading up into the mountain. They're trying to get some bombs here, at least get a count going. Good news is you're going to find your power bracelet. Bad news is there's nothing else up there. This down to 20 rupees here.
And I think that's why she left and went to the fairy fountain to get her sword back.
Yeah, pick that fiver. Pick that fiver up, Jess. And sometimes the arrow's weird. If you're just not on the full tile, it's not going to pick up the item. And there's the power bracelet for equations. So kind of like to go down below here to the Vanilla Any Road check. And see, you know, he does have the bombs. If he chooses to go up to Death Mountain or hit some of the power bracelet spots and the rest of the overworld, to me, you got to do Death Mountain. But he is not. Going to go ahead and check the recorder spots.
Good saving time. Wait and see.
If he finds 7 right here, and he made the right call. I don't know. It's one of those things. I get a little nervous getting late game. If I've got onions outstanding and I've got all West Death Mountain to clear, I feel like I'm missing something big. And there's level 7. You know, he may not touch the mountain. He literally may not go any further up there if he up-A's from here and starts to check those power bracelet spots that are much closer to start. He won't have to step foot on Death Mountain. So big find for equations. Seven looks like a turtle. See, I'm going to say it's a Pac-Man with a little tail on the back. But nobody's ever wrong. Unless you're Boof and you say cactus.
See, I'm looking at equations items. I don't think he has really. The only thing he probably would love to see at this point is either the white sword or the wand. Just something to help your combat a little bit. But you're not going to dig this 7 looking for that unless it's on your path.
No, you're not touching any. You're literally. He does not know this yet. Actually, no, he does. He is in go mode. He's got everything to beat the game.
Yeah, he's got all the overworld blocking items. He's got silvers. He's got bow. He can just go.
Yep.
If he happens to stumble upon the white sword or the wand, great. If not, oh well.
Yeah, this 8 is taking a lot of time out of Jess. Look, you have to do this if you're her. You've got silver arrows outstanding. You don't know where several of the dungeons are, but you dig this. You know, and I know the flip side of this for my race last night, but as of now, we know this. You know, best you're going to get here is a 1, perhaps.
Yeah, I'm just thinking of these racers in their situations. If I'm in an equation spot, I'm feeling pretty good. Not 100%, but at the same time, I feel like I'm probably in a pretty good spot here. If I'm in Jess's spots, I'm getting worried.
Yeah, at 47 minutes, you're 1 try away from entering level 9. Really going to be interesting. You're going to kind of dead end right here. You're going to either elect a recorder somewhere, up A. I'm going to go with the up A. And I think you hit that close to start power bracelet spot, and the natural routing then takes you to the fairy fountain push block. That's going to get him in level 8.
Yeah, and just gonna pay the heart here to check these last 2.
He is just proving my thought here, JP. He's taking the recorder. Okay, but going that way. All right, I don't know that really saved. It may be a single screen, but I'm not going to second guess it. It comes back to not the route I thought he would have taken, but the same end result.
Yeah, he's an 8. He's found all of his dungeons now.
Sub 50, yeah. I mean, we see where that Triforce is. Going to go ahead and use that Fairy Fountain. That's a good play here. You see where that Triforce is at. Now, he does not know that yet. I did not catch where the compass... Oh, okay, just pure save the bomb. Yep, good play. No, you didn't actually have to do that. I see where you're coming in, but... This room can't drop. Can be a push block. And again, you find a wand or a white sword, you're picking them up. You find a red candle, you're picking it up.
Yeah, actually, I would pick up a red candle at this point because you don't really have, other than you have arrows, but it's just a good backup for people offense.
Yeah, and a reminder here, I said we'd mention this a bit later. Just if you're tuning in right now, maybe you're watching another race. There's so many going on, so much great content. There are a lot of implications here. Well, there's two. This is the final race of this ring group in the group stages. And if Equations wins, they have the tiebreaker over Stun. And therefore, Equations qualify for the brackets as the group winner. Should jessandy8 win, she actually would lose the tiebreaker against Stun, but claim second place and will await the wild card. So both runners have bracket implications here on the line. With Equations, you win, you're in. With Jess, you win, and you have a really good chance of moving on. Well, I shouldn't say that. There have been a lot of number crunching going on. A big Slam Moo, shout out to him, has been doing this as well. But yes, in order for either of these folks to advance, they need to win tonight.
Yeah, according to the Slam Moo Manifesto in the Discord, whoever finishes second in this group, oh, there's the one for Jess. Yeah, whoever finishes second in this group should be in based on tiebreakers. Just the admins have to do all their number crunching to confirm it.
Yep. And so Jess is going to go ahead, pick up that Triforce, and be very happy to get out of this level 8. And Equations was on the path, but you could not bomb up in that second L column. We'll see if they elect to go to the right and grab those 6 or 7 rooms, or work their way up to the top of level 8.
Now, Jess is near 3.
And this is good for Jess. She should find it here shortly in the desert. Finds those silver arrows, and then she will actually not have to go back to level 4. She is in good shape. Things can change quickly on the key front, but she'll be okay as well, not getting that any key out of 6.
Yeah, if she goes into 3 and gets the silvers, she'll be in Triforce and Go mode. And at that point, she'll just have to find 7.
Yeah, she has to go back and pick up some tries, but absolutely, knowledge-wise, just be down to 7 at that point. And Equations going up here, so not going the correct direction right now for the Triforce.
And Jess is going back into 3. Yeah, Equations looking at this upper right-hand corner, or northern, heading towards just the north right now. But yeah, if he takes this north, that'll give Jess some time.
Just going the correct direction, heading south here in level 3. Unfortunately, I believe the silvers are that very last little wingling in the dash column at the bottom. So you're gonna check every room, unfortunately, on the way down. You have to, if it's a push block. But
Jess has some good knowledge there. That was a reverse C room, but with a Why is the name is? Sometimes you get the weirdest time and you forget a name. But the Gliok. With the Gliok there will not be.
Will not push. Yep. And this puts equations just a couple of screens. See if he goes to that, and he is, yeah. So he is just a couple of rooms away from getting her silver arrows. I'm sorry, Jess is getting her silver arrows. Equations from getting his level 8 Triforce so he can go into level 9.
So Jess knows where 2 is. She knows where 4 is. She just needs to find 7, which is over in the Deadwoods.
And she's got some PB spots up here to check. I don't know that she did the ladder spots. We'll see if she has to go back and do those as well. I always start these off saying I'm going to try and track on my own, and about 4 seconds into the race, I'm completely lost.
Yep. All right, Equations has all 8 Triforces. Getting to level 9.
And just down to a single rupee. It's so easy for that to happen in these flags. Okay, yeah, Jess still had to do the river checks here. And we'll see if she heads up into East Death Mountain. It would be the logical path based on the route she's taking now. That grave spot or Deadwood spot where level 7 is a bit out of the way. So I think everybody's watched this before, JP, but I know we're looking for a couple things here in level 9. We are looking first and foremost a room adjacent to Ganon. You will hear him roar. And also looking for a room with a single shutter door, unless it's Ganon's room and he's got multiple shutter doors. Like what we're looking at right here, that could in fact be Zelda if that door did not open. Once the pig is down, that shutter door will open automatically.
Yeah, well, look, I said the shutter door, which is right there.
There it is. So we found the girl.
Oh, that. Well, we know Equation does a potion, so that's good.
Probably gonna check this little spot over here. No. Okay. Well, you may be able to save. Well, I don't know where he's gone.
Yeah.
Oh, get the blue bubble, and then bomb down. Yes, is in level 4.
Yeah, I was gonna say what items could be in here: white sword, a heart container, and red candle all pending. But if we got Ganon, this could be done very quickly.
Yeah, good news, Jess has the compass. She knows she doesn't need anything else. Well, no, she doesn't actually. I misspoke. She does not know if 7 could be on a raft spot.
Oh, you're right. She has not picked up the raft, so that is still a possibility in her mind.
She goes ahead and picks up the try. She may just be gambling that the raft is not required. This is, we know, the right move for her. Yeah, playing the odds. Yeah, it's a good play. It's a good play.
Yeah, absolutely.
You dig a level 4 for one item when you've got a lot of PB and recorder checks, East Death Mountain, and the raft only opens up 2 spots. So if not, you recorder back to 4 and you can dive in there. So smart play.
This level 9 got filled with the red bubbles.
Yes, it did. And it's a smaller level 9 here. I'm going to kind of force you to take this transport. Ooh. It likes to go ahead and push the block versus buffering with arrows or even that boomerang.
Yeah, if you're in an equation spot, you're trying to do like as efficient of a route as you can to check to listen to as many rooms as you can for Ganon.
Yeah, you'll see a lot of runners if you can, and it's hard to do because you get blocked sometimes. Is try to go down like that second row off the bottom and just keep working your way left, because you're going to get the roar from screens above and rooms above and below you. I did not hear a blip, but I always, JP, I'll tell you, when I get a ding dogger or something like that, I'm always curious if Ganon could be hiding above. And, well, he's hiding in his own room. 59 minutes, 37 seconds. We've got a Ganon sighting.
Equations has to drink a potion to get his sword back. And it's going to take 15 splashes.
And Ganon has turned brown. Equations goes ahead and picks up the Triforce power, has the path to the princess. Be arriving to her front door here shortly. Jess is 2 screens away here from level 7. Get her last Triforce. This equation leaves us in suspense. Does he get past the Patra? Well, yes. So get your GGs in chat for equations with official racetime.gg time of 1 hour and 52 seconds. And with that win, equations will, in fact, be moving on to the bracket stage by being the winner of the ring group. So congratulations to equations. Surely get him in here soon if they are interested in doing an interview. As level 7, Jess is in the Pac-Man with the wind-up looks like in the back of it. We'll see if we can't pull equations up here.
Yeah. Meanwhile, in other applications, this also guarantees Stan second place and likely in the bracket as well.
Yep. All right, joining us in the broadcast booth is equations19. GG's.
Greetings, everyone. Thank you.
I'll tell you what, you had one heck of routing on that overworld. I don't think you stepped foot in Death Mountain safe for the power bracelet spot.
The furthest northwest I've got is White Sword item.
Yeah, which is your PB. Yeah, that was
Yep.
like, wasn't sure. I even said, well, you know, I may do Death Mountain and just get that knocked out, and you proved us wrong. You went into the cemetery, and then you were right there for level 7. So you still didn't know where 8 was, but you know, you got that other Dead Woods check out of the way. You up-aid, and you know, good move. Obviously, it worked out. You know, it allowed you to find that level 8 rather relatively quickly.
Yeah, I was hearing you talking. Yeah, I don't know if it was faster to record at a 6 there. At that point, the hands were already shaking, so...
Well, you threw me for a loop because you had so many options on the overworld. I'm like, look, what I see and what the viewers see versus what you're seeing on your tracker of what may be the best route to clean up the remaining overworld, right? Do you want to go and, you know, work your way up through East Death Mountain, recorder to 3, and then dip down here and go there? I'm like, I don't know where you're going, but it worked out for you. And it turned out, level 8, you had a quicker level 8 than Jess. But to be completely fair, she didn't have silver arrows. So, she's in there, she dug out both items, whereas you knew you were Triforce and go at that point.
Yeah, I'm sure that made a huge difference. I said it in the race time chat. 8 was fast and furious for me. That's a nice feeling when you can just zoom through 8.
Yeah, and you were actually heading the correct direction, but then you hit a wall that you couldn't bomb, or you would have made it a little quicker. It did send you further up in the northern part of the dungeon, and then quickly, I think you transported and were just a couple of rooms away.
Yeah, transport got me back on track.
Yeah, as we see Jess here entering level 9. So you mentioned your hand shaking a little bit. What was going on in your mind as you were... I mean, you were blazing there. Hour 52 is a really good time.
Yeah, I know Jess is good. I've been in plenty of TTPs with her and you as well. And if the seed is nice to me, there's just as good of a chance of it being nice to her. I think I just got a little luckier this time around.
Yeah, and watching the race, almost a little too close to it. I'd probably go back and rewatch a little bit of this to see. Obviously, that early red ring. When you get an early red ring, you've got Lionels in dungeons, you've got Wizrobes. That's going to speed anybody up. And the other thing that you did, and it probably didn't come into play as much as we see Jess sitting on 9 keys, but you never had a key block because you went one room past that Triforce and level setting and got the end key.
Yep. That was also brought up in the race chat. One below the try. That sent me back to 1 to get that recorder.
Well, I'm glad you were all talking about the things I thought about saying, because I can't look at the race time chat and watch 2 screens and talk at the same time. But no, I didn't see it. I saw it, but I didn't have time to digest it. And to me, those were the 2 things. She did West F Mountain. You did not. And we see her right now trying to get that stun lock here on Ganon.
Yeah, if not for that PB being where it was, I was definitely heading up to West DM.
Yeah, I saw you got some bombs there from the river location right before. I'm like, yep, I know where you're headed, and that PB, rightfully so. I mean, that's the other thought, right? There is a PB check up there in West Death Mountain, and you were chock full of bombs. But you made the right call there, and that's, probably saved you a couple minutes of not needing to, you're managing a bomb count up there, and yeah, you wouldn't have found anything. So it just goes ahead and gets Ganon down, gets that Triforce of power. And I don't think she had gone up to that top road to see
It doesn't seem like it. I think she would have made pretty quick.
Yeah. A couple things that could happen here. 1, staircase, if she elects to take it, maybe after clearing this bottom spot. 2, maybe you find a compass. Or 3, you get dead-ended here somewhere. You up A, and then you knock out that top section. So, not a very bad 9. Sometimes these smaller 9s can be pretty vicious. I think somebody called them dumb in chat. Seems like you're forced to take a transport or 2 when they're this small.
Yeah, so I went up 2, and I saw that I couldn't bomb further up, so I earmarked that top in the dash column. Then as soon as I made my way up there, yeah, there's a shutter.
Okay, so this gets her... Well, probably gonna check out this middle section, sees another shutter.
Wrong turn.
Yeah, well, she is finding a lot of single shutter doors.
She is at the point now where, yeah, she just has to find that one that opens. Oh, and
another one. You rarely see them, let alone 2 in one race or 1 seed.
Now we're gonna go check our corner.
Oh, there's the red candle.
The red candle at 9. Only items it looks like we're missing is the Coast Heart and the White Sword. So 1 is in 7. 1 is here in 9.
Alright. Looks like we're on the right path now.
Yep, she's got to get one more room up
Yep,
and
one
she'll see
more.
the shutter door.
Yeah, I think he sounds like you were watching Equations. Your screen froze up right on the Bachelor room. We didn't see you.
Yeah,
So
I laughed at that.
everyone get. Oh, there's the compass under the girl. She's gonna toot 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 as she finishes up here. Get your GGs in for jessandy8 with official racetime.gg time of 1 hour 9 minutes and 40 seconds. Really well played. I mean, 109. She didn't do anything wrong. That's a very good time, and I would say your 1 hour 52 is just. I think you might, if that was a race time, a TTP race, you might have won by several minutes over the field Equations. That was just excellent routing. And we've got joining us in the broadcast booth, jessandy8. GG's.
Yo, GG's Equations! Let's
GG.
go! First place, hype.
First place. I didn't have to worry about a Jess seed tonight.
Dang it. I should have just rolled.
So Jess, as you were navigating that overworld and looking for everything in the grand tour of West Death Mountain, what were you thinking about how soon to get back to level 1?
You know, I was on the other side of the world, and I was digging stuff, and I'm just like, I found the ladder early on 2, and I felt good about that. Eventually, I'll make it back over there, and yep, ring and recorder. That would have been nice to have early, and that would have gotten me, for level 3 for the silvers, and
Well, you did get the recorder first, shortly before Equations.
Oh, really?
If you showed your appreciation, Equations showed his disdain.
No, you didn't burn it.
I guess you'll have to watch back and find out.
No.
Yeah, I might have been happy for a moment there without giving it away. But you were, so Jess, you were in there the first time. You saw level 1 at Red Ring. I don't know that you could have gotten it because you didn't have a sword. But Equations did get it his first time in. But I think Equations, you were short on keys or elected not to go down and dig out that recorder. So just by the time you got back to 1, Equations was back in 1. So
Okay, gotcha.
that's when you two crisscrossed.
I had 3 key doors marked in 1, plenty of dungeons left. I figured I could come back and grab that other item if needed eventually, and then found the any key in 6, sent me right back over there.
Yeah, we were talking to the race room, like you said, and man, that hurts with it being 1 room past the Triforce, because I was trying to be conservative with the keys, and then, I don't know, search all of Death Mountain, which sounds like you didn't get up there. I have every screen marked off, except for my 2 raft spots, and, I would have gone back to 4 first to find it, but I was getting a little worried as I was reaching that very final recorder spot, like, oh crap, please be level 7, please be level 7.
Yeah, I got up to West DM, found the PB, and hard U-turned to check the Grave PB spots, and then that sent me down towards 7 with the recorder.
Yeah, it was Jess. You played one heck of a seed. We were saying earlier, like Equations routing, like at that time of finding that PB and then down to level 7, like that was 3 or 4 minutes right there, right? Because he's not going up. You're not worried about a force, and I questioned it. And yeah, with the level 6, you guys went in and out of there almost the same time. And just I think I was still talking and hyping you up that you made the right play. You don't want to dig a level 6 at that time. And Equations goes 1 room past and finds the any key. I'm like, oh.
I'm
darn
sure.
it.
I'm sure I would disagree with a couple of those plays I made too, objectively.
I will say I dedicate the first 3 minutes of the seed to our tracker, Chesterk. when I saw that cheap candle and a gambling spot on screen, I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna gamble, and it took a while. And that plus 70 was, oh, that was such a tease. I never
Teasing you.
got that one.
No, it was teasing you. Yeah, the house had a little stretch there. I mean, you hit the first one, and then the house was like, no, you're.
And I needed like 6 more rupees or something, and it wouldn't give it to me.
We've all been there, but yeah, you guys didn't have much divergence. Equations took the candle, you took the heart, but by the time you both wound up in the dead woods, you both had 4 hearts and a blue candle. So it kind of worked out there. Equations did take that transport though, and it sent him up into the northeast. So he was able to get that sword earlier, but then you got your bow and arrows before Equations. So, watch about. It was a really fun race there. See about the first 30 minutes, and again, Equations. You just where Jess was losing on the casino game, you were hitting 777 on terms of your routing. I mean, to have all of that overworld still left is pretty amazing.
Yeah, I've got 14 overworld spots left.
Wow.
That's gotta be close to my high for these flags.
Yeah, I have 2.
And yeah, I had that casino earmarked the whole time, and just never had to worry about it. I did end up finding that large on 1Q4.
Yeah,
And
air quotes.
it got me through.
The 63 large.
Yeah.
It was enough, and I was firing arrows with impunity too.
Yeah, I was doing that in, I don't know, level 8 maybe, and all of a sudden, like, why aren't my arrows working? Oh, because I have no money. But GG's. I'll be rooting for both you and Stun in the brackets, because you always want to root for people that beat you, and ring group hype. We're a family now.
Absolutely.
We're a family, not a cult.
It was fitting that we got that ring in level 1.
True. But yeah, and thanks so much to Mako and JP for commenting, and Chestrick for tracking. Gotta have heart.
Yeah, I did what I could, but it just didn't line up to take too many hearts. Sorry.
I believe you did pass up too.
Yeah, it just didn't line up to get them more. Oh well.
So
Yeah,
you're moving on, Equations. I know you were in the winter tournament and took Fury SK3 games, softened them up for me, so thank you. And now here you are moving to the brackets. Got to be a great feeling. And what are you thinking here? And as you move into your first brackets of a major tournament,
Just hoping to replicate. If I could take somebody to, I don't even know. Is it single elim?
It's single elimination until the semis, then it goes to best of 3.
Okay. So, if I can give somebody a run for their money, I'll take it. But sure, wouldn't it be nice or two?
You probably would. You probably give me a good run if you face me. But we have no idea yet. So.
yeah. What I'll say this is both Jess and I, unfortunately, are on the outside looking in. I'm always excited to see some of the newer runners get up to that level. It's great for the community. It's great for all of you as well. And folks that weren't really playing actively a year ago or making the brackets of the SGL tournament with over $1,000 on the line. So as we've seen in this tournament and past tournaments, anything can happen. Anybody can beat anybody. So wish JP, if you end up making it, which I think the math is really in your favor right now. Wish you both the best of luck, and Jess and I will just be battling each other in the TTPs, I guess, going forward.
Yep.
Well, I'll be around too. I gotta keep up the practice now.
Heck yeah. Good luck again. GG's. Thanks, everybody. Oh, and also, one last time.
Got to do it. Well, thank you both for putting on a great race. Any final thoughts, Jess? I think the toot might have been Jess's final thought.
Yeah,
I'm
pretty
not
much.
sure. Anything else, Equations, to add?
No, thanks a bunch. I'll be watching this back. If not immediately, probably pop it on in the morning before work.
All right. Well, I believe that will do it for us on Speed Gaming 5. And of all my notes that I had available, upcoming races was on the list, and now I can't find it. But
I do have those up. We have 3 races on the schedule for tomorrow. I think we've got some. There are some implications in some of these, so I don't know exactly which ones yet, but definitely worth taking a look. We are getting close to finding out that brackets. Still a few spots to fill, though.
yeah, it
But,
looks like we're starting at 9:15.
Yep, starting
Eastern.
9:15 tomorrow.
And then 9:45 Eastern, 10:15 Eastern. So check your Speed Gaming networks, and hopefully we'll be able to get some, if not all of these, restreamed. So I believe, though, that's going to do it for this evening. So wanted to give a big shout out to Chester for pushing all the buttons and making JP and my life, as well as chat, a lot easier of knowing who has what throughout the race. And thanks to my broadcast partner, JP. I think this may be the first time we've been together in the broadcast booth. It's been a lot of fun. And again, wish everybody that's moving on the best of luck in the brackets. And that should do it for us here on Speed Gaming 5. So thanks everybody for hanging out, and we'll see you again real soon.
Good night, everyone.